Do you want your website to rank well on Google? Then I'll tell you why I'm not a fan of Wix. Hi, I'm April. I'm an equestrian and I own an equine inspired business. I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't use Wix for your equine related business. But if you are using Wix for your website and you're liking it and it's easy to use, then you don't have to switch anything. I'm just telling you why I don't recommend it for your equine business. First off, Wix sites are not fully responsive. They don't do well on multiple devices. So to just give you an example, so say if you have your website on your computer or your desktop and you have the text going across the screen, and then if you go onto your mobile, usually the text will kind of go on a couple different columns to shorten it up so you can see it, but then don't have to scroll back and forth. Well, unfortunately, Wix doesn't do this, where they will still have the text go completely across the screen, and if you want to see the full text, you will have to scroll back and forth to see that. Another thing that really is disappointing about using Wix sites is that you cannot export any of the material or any of the items that you have built on Wix. If you are thinking about moving to a different platform, you can't just export it from that platform and move it over. You actually have to completely rebuild your website, which may not even be a problem if you're thinking about moving to a new platform because maybe you're getting a redesign anyways, but that is something to keep in mind if there are certain things that you want that are on the other website that you want easily moved over. With some of like WordPress, it's easy to move some of the templates over and use different things from one platform to the next. So that's just something to keep in mind when thinking about using a Wix platform. I want to share my biggest reason for why you should not use a Wix website, or why you should not use Wix to build your platform. But before I do, I want to know, do you use Wix for your website, or do you use a different platform like WordPress or Squarespace or another one? Let me know. And if you're liking this information so far, make sure you hit that like button below. When I'm talking with my clients, one of the biggest things that I stress to them is making sure that they can be found online. So when you're typing in their business or typing something related to their business, or even in their local area, depending on if they're a boarding barn or such, you want to be easily found on Google. Well, Wix has slowly improved this, but they're still not at the point of where you would want them to be for like a WordPress or for Squarespace or a different platform. What I'm talking about is SEO, or search engine optimization. You should easily show up before your Facebook page. A lot of times when I type in somebody that has a Wix website, they actually show up below their Facebook page, maybe even on the second or third page of Google. That's not, like if I'm typing in your exact name, you should be the first thing that pops up, not your Facebook page or your Instagram or any of that. And you may think that sounds silly, but that's just showing how little value Google is putting on the Wix website platforms. And then if you don't have a Facebook or Instagram or any other social media, then where you may not even show up first on the first or second or third page. So those are little things to think about, especially like when you have a boarding facility. I know that Wix is a lot easier to use and build, but there are a lot of great, awesome plugins for, I personally do use WordPress. There are a lot of great plugins and building themes that help make your website a lot easier to build. Yes, it may cost a little more in the beginning for like a Divi, say a Divi, if you're building with Divi or Elementor. There's a couple other ones right now that, you know, it could easily cost you like $100 $150 between the theme and the actual building platform, on top of like your fees for your domain and your hosting. It's totally worth it in the end if you think about it as just being a marketing fee, instead of having to make sure now that you're showing up on Google, because the whole point of having a website is to make sure that you're being easily found. If you're not doing that with Wix, then you're kind of just wasting your time, and then it's going to cost you more money to fix that problem in the long end. So it's just something you put a little more investment in the beginning. If you want to be able to build it easily, then you can use these platforms, and yes, there is a little cost up front, but it's completely worth it. I think Elementor may be a little cheaper than Divi, but prices have changed since I've really been messing with both of them. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this from an equestrian that has an equine inspired business, make sure you hit that subscribe video so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye y'all.